Horns up and welcome to a brand new episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. I'm pretty sure you love Chinese takeout just as much as I do, and I'd love to know what is your favorite item on the menu. Now, one item that caught my eye was Egg Foo Young, which actually I have never seen on a Chinese takeout menu in India. But I did see it on the internet, and today we are going to be making a Keto Egg Foo Young with some pork and some prawns, and it's going to be delicious. And this is my first time making it and tasting it, so wish me luck and enough jibber jabber, let's get cooking. I'm going to start by taking 2 small spring onions and chopping them up. First, I will separate the white onion part from the middle and the end of the stalk or the green part. I will just slice the white onion part and chop it fairly small into strips. Then I will set that aside. Now I will chop some part of the end of the spring onion and set that aside for garnish later. Now I will cut the middle part into biggish chunks, about 1 inch in size. You can chop it smaller if you like. And the part that I set aside for garnish, I will just finely chop that to sprinkle on right at the end. Now I'm going to get my wok on the stove and I will heat up about a tablespoon of olive oil. You can use any keto approved cooking fat that you like. Into that I add the white part of the spring onion and I add in some minced garlic. And now I'm just going to saute this. And you want to cook this till the onions turn translucent and the garlic just starts to brown and turn golden. Next I add in my ground pork and give it all a good mix. You want to make sure that you break up all the meat, as you don't want any big lumps of ground pork. So stir that meat, breaking it up, and you can throw in a few wok tosses and wok flips if you got the skills, which I clearly don't. Anyway, once that pork is cooked, it's time to add in our prawns and give it a good mix. We're going to season this meat treat of ours with some salt, some white pepper, a bit of stevia for sweetness, a tablespoon of soya sauce, and a teaspoon of rice wine vinegar. And then mix everything well. And that's pretty much it. Our pork and prawn filling for the Egg Foo Young is ready. And that's because prawns take literally 2 minutes to cook. Now, if there are some juices left over in your pan, no problem, we can incorporate that into our egg mixture, because those juices are full of flavor. Now just transfer the pork and prawn filling into a bowl and set it aside and let it cool down. Time to crack my eggs into a bowl, and I'm using 5 eggs for this recipe. This will easily feed 4 people. Season the eggs with some salt, some white pepper, a teaspoon of soya sauce, a pinch of stevia, some toasted sesame oil, and I'm going to add in half a teaspoon of coconut flour. This is optional, but I'm using it as a cornstarch replacement. And then bring out your Michael Jackson cassettes and just beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it. Beat those eggs till they are nice and frothy. Then in goes the middle part of our spring onion, followed by our pork and prawn filling. Just mix everything together and our Egg Foo Young is now ready to be cooked. To cook this, I'm going to get my wok back on the stove and heat up a very generous amount of oil, because this Egg Foo Young is going to be deep fried. Well, almost deep fried. Maybe you can call it a shallow fry, but basically it's got to be fried. Anyway, once the oil is hot, I'm going to ladle in my egg mixture, and I was quite generous with it. And now you just let it fry. Of course, you can also just cook this with less oil in a normal non-stick pan like an omelette. No problem. But I wanted to experience the real deal. So I cooked my Egg Foo Young, and then with much difficulty I managed to flip it over. And of course there was no way that I could get the whole thing out in one piece, so I just split it into 2 pieces and removed them from the oil one at a time. And of course set it on a paper towel to drain. Then I ladled in some more of that egg mixture and cooked another one. And my wok was giving me a bit of trouble, so my Egg Foo Young was sticking to the bottom a bit. I guess it's time for me to buy a fancier, proper wok. Anyway, I managed to not turn it into scrambled eggs and cooked it. And once it was done, I removed it from the pan. And you know what they say, right? third time's a charm. Anyway, I added in my egg mixture and I let it cook, and then I did a wok toss and I managed to flip it, and I cooked the last of the egg mixture, and when it was done I removed it from the pan. Time to garnish our egg foo young with that spring onion green that we saved and a sprinkle of white pepper. And that's it, folks. The egg foo young with pork and prawns is ready, and despite my struggles with the wok, that looks pretty damn good. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, time to taste. Alright folks, it's time to taste our egg foo young, and look who's joining me once again. It's my dad, Mickey Makhija.
Guys, all morning I've been waiting for this. I saw him cooking, I saw him preparing, and I said when? Now the moment has arrived.
Yes, so my dad has actually eaten egg foo young before. I have not. The closest I've come to an egg foo young is a Thai omelette, which is quite similar. And if you haven't seen my video for that, click here on the I button. But can you tell us where you ate egg foo young first?
I had it in Bangkok. I was introduced to it by a local over there. Said, have you ever tried a Foo Young? I said, no. So when I looked at it, I said, hey, omelette. But what I liked is that it was deep fried. It was crisp. And it had that dark brown color. Like, he's managed to get the color right. He's managed to get the crispiness. It just has shattered. I think the foundation was missing.
Well, this is the first time I'm ever making it, so you have to cut me a little bit of slack.
It tastes the same. Greasy, stuffed with meat, pork and prawn, and eggy. And of course there's some greens for the healthier people.
There's nothing unhealthy about meat and fat.
Yeah, what I mean is,
the old people who have the misconception that greens are the only thing that are healthy in life.
Well, we grew up hearing, eat your vegetables. Well, that's the vegetable in it.
Yes. So also, egg foo young in America at least is served with a brown gravy, which I have not made for a number of reasons, and I'll elaborate on the blog post on headbangerskitchen.com. But do you give this the thumbs up?
Absolute thumbs up. I can't wait.
There's a lot. It's for dinner.
A whole lot lying over here. I'm just waiting to get my hands on it as a proper meal.
Alright, so my dad has given it the horns up. I think it's pretty damn good. It's one of the best egg dishes I've had. That pork, that prawn, the lovely freshness of the spring onion. I'm enjoying it, and I hope you will too. Anyway, we'll see you on the next episode of Headbangers Kitchen. Until then, cheers and keep cooking. Hey folks, don't forget to comment below and let me know what's your favorite dish from the Chinese takeout menu. And if you like Asian food, click here and watch some more of my Asian keto recipes. Or click here and watch something else.